Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel today. So guys, in today's video we'll be learning how to cut and sew this flay dress with an adjustable tiny spaghetti sleeve. So if this is something you're interested in, definitely keep on watching and let's get into the video. Welcome back guys. So I'll be starting by drafting on my pattern paper. So the very first thing I'll be doing on the pattern paper is to mark out the shoulder measurement divided by 2, which is what I'll be marking at the upper part of the pattern paper. So the shoulder measurement divided by 2 is 8 inches. So I'll be marking 8 inches right there. Then from that 8 inches, I'll be coming down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. So guys, I'm really sorry that the camera is not stable. I didn't even notice that. I guess I was the one shaking it. So the next thing I'll be doing on the pattern paper is to come in from the beginning by 3 inches. Then I'm going down by 3 inches, just like the way you see me doing. So I'll be using my French curve to connect the 2 points together to give me a round neckline. Then after doing that, the next thing I'll be doing is to connect from the neck width to the shoulder slope, which I marked earlier. So that is just the shoulder slope. Then the next thing I'll be doing right now is to take the armhole depth. So the formula to get your armhole depth is to divide the bust measurement by 6, then add 1.5 inches to it, which is what I did. So I'll measure what I have on the shoulder and mark the same thing on the armhole depth point, which I marked earlier. I guess you can understand. So I'll be extending the points which I marked now. I'll be extending it forward because my bust measurement is going to sit right there. So I'll just be connecting the points upward to the shoulder slope, just like the way you see me doing. The next thing I'll be doing right now is to mark the bust measurement on this line which I marked earlier. So the bust measurement is 40 divided by 4, which is 10 inches. Then I marked it right there. Then after doing that, the next thing I'll do is to divide what I have on the armhole line by 2 and make a point right at the middle. Then from that point I'll be coming in by half inches to form the armhole curve. So I'll first of all use my straight ruler to rule from the armhole depth, from the shoulder slope, sorry, to that point which I marked. Then I'll be using my French curve to rule it down to the bust measurement. I guess you can understand. You can also use a French curve to, if you have another curved ruler that can fit perfectly, you can use it, but this is just the easiest way to do it if you don't have a curved ruler that can mark it straight. So now the next thing I'll be doing is to mark the half length. From the beginning of the pattern paper, I'm taking 16 inches, which is the half length of this person. So I'll just be marking that 16 inches forward like this as a straight line. So I'll be taking my round waist measurement on the half length line which I marked, and I'll be connecting it up to the bust measurement which I marked earlier. So this is just how to mark a basic bodice pattern. So now I'll be modifying it right now to form the dress we are trying to create. From the shoulder slope, I'll be coming down by 4 inches and mark it on the line, on the armhole line. I'm just going to extend the line forward to the beginning of the pattern paper. So this part that I cancelled is not going to be useful at the end of the cutting. So that's why I just cancelled it. So from the beginning of the pattern paper, I'll be coming down by 8 inches. This 8 inches I'm coming down by is the new neck depth. So from the armhole line, I'll be coming in by 2 inches, and from the neck width, which I marked earlier, I'll be coming in by 4 inches. This is going to be the new neck width. So this point which I'm just trying to explain is how I'm just going to connect it. So I'll be using my French curve to rule from that 4.5 inches down to the 8 inches I marked earlier. So it's going to give me a sweetheart neckline. So this is just how you are going to mark the neck. Then from the armhole depth, I'll come down by half inches. This is going to be my new armhole depth. So the reason why I'm coming down by half inches is because I don't want it to be too tight around the armpit area when she wears it. So then from the 2 inches I went in by, I'll be connecting it down to the new armhole line I marked, which is the half inches I came down by, just like the way you see me doing. So this is how the armhole line is going to be at the end of the day. Then I'm just trying to extend these two lines upward. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel the video is explaining itself. So I'm just trying to extend it upward, so there's going to be allowance to join it together with the rope. So after doing that, the next thing I'll be doing is to add 1.5 inches sewing allowance to the side and the half length as well. So I'm just marking a 1.5 inches sewing allowance to the down and the side as well. Then after doing that, I'll be cutting it out. Then we're done cutting the front. So guys, I finished cutting out the front. So the front pattern is going to be used to cut out the back. So I marked 1.5 inches right there for the zipper allowance. So I'll be placing the front pattern on that line of the zipper allowance, and I'll be tracing the side and the armhole. But before that, I'll be coming down from the front neck depth. I'll be coming down from there by 3 inches, and I'll mark it on the back pattern, just like the way you see me doing. So after marking 3 inches, I'll be tracing the remaining part of the front pattern paper on this back pattern. I guess you can understand. Just look at what I'm doing, you understand what I'm trying to explain. So I'm tracing the side, the armhole, and I'll be tracing it up to the sleeve area. So when I get to the sleeve area, I'm just going to stop right there. Then I'll rule a straight line to the 3 inches I went down by. So it's going to give me a V neckline at the back. So this is just the way I want the back to be. If you want to go lower than that, you can. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'll just be going down by 3 inches. Then I'll mark it, I'll extend it to the zipper allowance and cut it out, just like the way you see me doing. Then after cutting it out, I'll just label it back and front for the front pattern as well, before placing it on my fabric to cut it out. So guys, my fabric is on fold. I folded my fabric into two before placing the pattern paper on it. So I'll be tracing it exactly the same because I already added the sewing allowance to it while I was drafting. So I'll be tracing the neck, the armhole and the side exactly the same. So after cutting it out, I'll be repeating the same process for the back, but I'll not be using a lining to line the dress. I'll be using this fabric itself because I don't have a lining around, so I just prefer to use the fabric itself to line it. So I'll be cutting two pieces out, like so. You can see this is it. When I just open it, this is how it should look like. So I'll be cutting two pieces. I'm keeping it aside and I'll cut two pieces. So this is the back pattern. I'll be cutting it out, then I'll cut two pieces for this as well. So guys, we are here to cut the flay. So the flay I'll be cutting will be a 90 degrees flay because the material won't be enough to cut out a 180 degrees flay. So I just want to explain how we are going to cut it. So I took one edge of the fabric and I use it to make a triangle. I guess you can understand. I took one edge and I use it to form a triangle like the way you see me doing, and I'm just trying to arrange every folded part to make it smooth. So after arranging it, the very first thing I'll be doing is to divide the round waist measurement. The person round waist measurement is 35 inches. 35 divided by 2 is 17.5. Then I'm going to add extra 2 inches allowance for the zipper. I guess you can understand, which will be making it 19.5. So that 19.5, I'll just be placing my tape in a curved manner on this smaller part. I'll be placing it there. Wherever the 19.5 gets to, I'll use my chalk to mark it right there. Then I'm just going to measure from the sharp edge down to that point I marked. I guess you can understand. So guys, I'm so sorry that the camera didn't show the sharp edge, but that is where I placed the beginning of my tape. So I got 23 inches when I measure from that point to the 19.5 inches I marked. I got 23 inches, so I'm using that 23 inches to make a point around like this, just like the way you see me do. I'll be using it to make a point like this. So guys, this is just how to cut a 90 degrees flare if your fabric is not enough. And my chalk was a little bit spent, so I'll just be trying to mark it well for you guys to see. So I'm just trying to mark it well for you guys to see the curve I make around it. I guess you can see it right now. So after marking it, I'll measure what I have around it. Then when I'm satisfied with what I get, then we are good to go. So the next thing I'll be doing right now is to take away the half length measurement. The half length of this person is 15 inches, so I'll be taking away 15 inches. I'll be placing 15 inches on that line, then I'll be marking the length of the dress. The person's length of this dress is 45 inches, so I'll be adding extra 2 inches allowance to it, because I'll be joining it together with the half length, and I'll be also weaving the down of the flare. So that's why I added 2 inches to it. After I took away the half length from this line, so I just measured from there down to the point I marked downward. So I'll be using the beginning of my tape to mark it. I guess you can understand, because I don't know how else to explain this, but I feel the video is explaining itself. So I'll just be marking the point around till I get to the end of the fabric. So I'll be cutting it out. As you can see guys, I finished cutting out the flare, so it's going to go around the waist from the front to the back. So this is what the sharp edge is going to be looking like, half of a semicircle. So guys, remember I said earlier that I will be cutting out 2 pieces each. So I cut out 2 pieces each for the fabric, and I've gone ahead to join it at the neck area and the armhole. I didn't join the side and the down part, and I also didn't join the sleeve area as well. So I only joined the zipper area for the back, but this is the front right here. I joined the neck area and the armhole area. That is all I joined. So I didn't join the side and the down part. Then the next thing we'll be doing right now is to join the stripes for the sleeve. So guys, I really want you to pay attention to this part I'll be explaining right now, because it's kind of tricky. So these are the stripes I cut out for the sleeve. I cut out 4 stripes because one will go for each sleeve for the front and back. So the length of this stripe right here is 14.5 inches. So half inches will be for the joining, and the width is 2 inches. I went ahead to join one part of the stripe, so it will be easy for me to turn it inside out. So I'll just be trimming out the excesses before turning it out, like the way you see me doing. So guys, after turning it inside out, I'll go ahead and press it with my hot iron. So guys, I've already gone ahead to iron it, and you can see how it is looking so flat. So I'll be taking the front piece and I'll be turning it to the wrong side. Just look at what I'm doing. So I'm just turning it to the wrong side. Then after turning it to the wrong side, I'll be taking one of the stripe, making sure that the part which I join is facing the neck area and not the armhole area. I guess you can understand. So I'll be inserting it from the right side of the of this half cut, and I'll be bringing it out on the wrong side, and I'll use my pin to secure it down, just like the way you see me doing. So I'll repeat the same process for this other side as well, and I'll also repeat the same process for the back as well. Now this is the back part, so I'm just placing it on the table right now, and I'm placing the second one on it so as to know the front, the right side and the left side. So after placing it on each other, I've located the right side and the left side. Then I'll be turning it inside out. So this is the mistake I said I made. I was supposed to turn the back parts to the wrong side before inserting the stripe into it, but I ended up doing it this way. So it was until I took it to the sewing machine before I realized that I didn't do it right. So I corrected the mistake immediately. So you just put the stripe into the armhole, into the sleeve area, and use a pin to secure it. Then take it to your sewing machine and sew it. So guys, this is it right here. I've gone ahead to join it at the wrong side, and it is looking so neat at the right side. So I'm just trying to show you guys how it is looking at the wrong side. This is where I joined it right here. So and I'll be showing you guys the back as well. The next thing we'll be doing on it now is to join the front and the back together. So I'm just placing the back on the front piece, and I'll be holding the zipper allowance at the middle part, just like the way you see me doing. I'm just trying to arrange every part so it's going to align properly. So this is the zipper allowance. I'm using my pin to secure it. So I'll be placing all the body measurements on it. So the bust measurement is 40 divided by 4, which is 10. Then the waist measurement divided by 4 is 8.75. So I'm just ruling it. I'm just connecting the 2 points together like this. Then I'll be turning it over to mark the same thing, the same body measurement at the front. I guess you can understand. This is just the easiest way to mark your body measurement. You put your tape on the center of the front and mark it at the back. Then you put your tape at the center of the front as well and mark it at the front. So that is just the easiest way to place your body measurement on your clothes or anything you're sewing. So I'll take it to my sewing machine right now and go ahead and join it together. Look what we have here, guys. I've gone ahead to join it together, and we have gotten to the most exciting part of this video because this dress is almost ready. So guys, the next thing we'll be doing right now is to cut out half inches away from the zipper allowance. That is the down part of the zipper. I'll be taking away half inches and I'll be cutting it in a slanted manner, just like the way you see me doing. So I'll be taking away 5 inches from the upper part and I'll measure the half length. So the half length is 15 inches after I took away 5 inches, so I don't need to cut anything out from there. So I marked half inches upward from the back, from the zipper allowance, and I'll be slanting it like this. So I'll be cutting it following the slanted line, just like the way you see me doing. So this part I'm cutting away is to prevent any form of bulginess from the back. So when I fix the zip, I won't see any form of bulginess at the back. So I'll just be notching the middle part of the front, and I'll be bringing out my flay, and I'll also notch the middle part of the flay and place the two notch area on each other, just like the way you see me doing in the video. So I'll be starting from the middle, then the remaining excess I can just plait it at the back in case of necessity. So guys, I'll be taking it to my sewing machine and join it and bring it right back. So I've gone ahead to join it, and this is what it's looking like. So the next thing I'll be doing on it right now is to attach the zipper to it, and our dress is looking ready. So I'll take it to where I'm going to weave it because I don't have a weaving machine. I'll take it right there and weave it. Then the dress is ready. So I'll be placing it on my mannequin for you guys to see how it is looking. I guess you must have seen that in the beginning of the video. So guys, I would like you to hit on the subscribe button and share my video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. So give this video a thumbs up and don't also forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye. I'll see you in my next one.